Hey everyone! Today I'm going to walk you through a quick playthrough of Abducktion by Very Special Games. Welcome to Abducktion, a weirdly strategic duck kidnapping game by Very Special Games. This game is for 1 to 4 players. It takes about 15 to 25 minutes to play, and it's for ages 12 and up. So I've already set it up for 4 players. Each board is going to be random on its ducks, so you have 10 spots to fill. You'll start at the bottom left of your board and work your way around. One by one you'll fill your ducks. Every person at the table is going to do this, and you fill from the UFO. The idea of the game is that you are working toward the most victory points, and you do that by these formation cards. So the formation cards is how you're going to acquire the victory points in this game. And formations are going to be based off of how your ducks are in your pond. So formation cards will have victory points in the top left corner. They have fun little supervisor notes at the bottom, so make sure that you look at those. The way your formation cards work is that you'll have ducks that need to be in a certain formation to be able to acquire victory points for those. As soon as you match that formation, your ducks are going to come off of your board and back to the UFO. They get abducted, and then you would put a new formation card out. So for example, our Scorpius card here, our ducks have to be the exact formation on top and bottom row. If I had my 2 blue ducks here, I'm going to be using action cards to get this specific formation. Now this is a 9-point victory point card, so this is going to be a little harder to get than some of the lower point cards. So the way that we're going to be getting these formation cards is by using our actions. So you get 3 action cards at the beginning of your turn. You will have 3 action cards by the end of your turn. You can use up to all 3 of your cards during your turn. Your turn will end either when you've used up all your action cards, or you've collected a formation card, or both. By collecting a formation card, your turn ends. You would flip over a new formation, reset your ducks, which we'll walk through shortly, and then continue play to the next player. At the end of your abduction phase, when you get a formation card, every time that you move ducks around or remove ducks, your ducks are going to go downstream. You have arrows on your board that will point downstream, so you do not forget which direction you need to be going. So if I were to take all blue ducks off the board, my ducks would go downstream. Then my blue ducks would go back to our UFO. They've been abducted. We're going to stir it up real good, and we're going to put 3 new ones out. Here are our different action cards that you could get during your game. We have Abduction. Remove a duck from your or opponent's board, then shift all remaining ducks downstream. The way that you do this is that you can choose a duck from someone else's board. You're going to put it back into the UFO first. Then you shift all of their ducks downstream, or they will do this. And then once they're done, they're going to collect a new duck from the UFO and refill that spot. Once again, don't forget to put your ducks back in the UFO before you draw new ducks. Shake it up really well, and this will help you get new colors. Our next card is going to be Orbit. So this one allows you to rotate any square group of 4 ducks on your board clockwise or counterclockwise. Rotate as much as desired. So you would pick 4 ducks anywhere on your board, rotate them around in a circle, and once you're happy with this, you can stop the Orbit card. Gravity Assist allows you to swap 1 duck on your board with a duck it's next to horizontally or vertically, then swap it with another duck that it now touches. So the way this works is that we're going to be swapping, say we swap this top pink one with this white one, then we can now swap this white one with this bottom pink one. Swap switches the location of 2 ducks that are next to each other on your board. Body Snatcher. Remove any 3 ducks from your board. Don't shift your ducks downstream, then draw new ducks all at once and place each in an empty pond of your choice. So this card will allow you to pick your ducks and then put them wherever you would like in those empty spaces instead of having to randomly draw a duck at a time. And the difference between this card and the other cards is you're not going to be shifting those ducks downstream before you put new ducks out. So you can fill in your empty spots without going downstream, just in case you're going for a certain formation that requires a new color in that spot. Parallel Universe. Swap any number of top row ducks on your board with the corresponding duck directly below it on the bottom row. You can do this as many times as you'd like. You have 5 options, top and bottom. So if you need your entire top switched with your bottom, this card will allow you to do that. Shapeshifter. Rearrange the order of a straight line of 3 ducks on your board. So this can be either the top or bottom row. Wormhole. Switch any duck on your board with any duck on an opponent's board. This can be either top or bottom row as well for either player. You could switch a top row duck on your board with a bottom row duck on somebody else's board. Abducktion. Remove any 2 ducks that touch horizontally or vertically from your on an opponent's board. Then shift all remaining ducks downstream. Teleport. Switch the positions of any 2 ducks on your board. And Black Hole, my personal favorite. This card allows you to cause the most chaos in this game. You're going to abduct all the ducks of one color from everyone's board, including your own. So if I wanted to abduct all the pink ducks on the board, I would remove every single one from my board. Every other player would also do the same thing. We would go by turn order to put our ducks back into the UFO and draw all new ducks. Our ducks would of course go downstream before this happens, and then we would refill the remaining spaces. So that's Abducktion by Very Special Games. Check out our next video to see the expansion to Abducktion, which includes 2 more player boards to increase the player count up to 6 players.